I, we're going to play the intro before I go live just to get people in here. But today is about a venting session. That's what today is. So I'm going to play the intro. We're going to get into it. Be here to talk about some Browns football today. Let's do this. What is up, everybody? Who enjoyed that loss today? Why did that loss happen? I mean, everybody's looking for answers. I would love to figure it out with you guys. Today is the day to do that. We need to figure out why we lost that game against a 3-win team. I have no other words but pathetic, disgusting. I mean, what do you do? What can you do to possibly win a game? Is it full tank mode now? I know we were talking about it weeks ago, but what else is there to look forward to? Honestly, what is there to look forward to with this team right now? I say, excuse me, still getting over being sick. The only thing right now that we have to look forward to is a pick for next year. Are we going to waste that on another quarterback and bring him here to die? Or are we going to fix our offensive line? Are we going to fix some defensive aspects of the game? What the hell is wrong with this team? You have all the right pieces in all the right spots. What is the way to possibly win a game? Pittsburgh beat the Baltimore Ravens today. We're supposed to be the toughest division. Oh, just every single time I have a show, something breaks in my house, by the way. But what do we need to do? What could be something to do to win a game? There's nothing. Just tank. It's done. The year is done. Go out there and play, but lose every game for the pick now, right? I mean, that's what you have to do in order to get a good pick. But we'll waste it on some other bum that won't come here and do shit, because that's what the Cleveland Browns have done, and that's what we're going to continue to do, correct? What has to happen? I'm not even worried about winning right now. The season's over. Am I wrong? The season is over. Put a big old kibosh on the season, because it's done. Excuse me. You have a quarterback for the first time that threw for 366 yards, and everybody's still chanting for DTR. What is wrong with this? Why? Let's throw in DTR since we have nothing to lose. No, not at all. Get out there and play football. You get paid millions of dollars to do that. Well, Ward looked pretty damn good today on the defense. Excuse me. I'm so sick of being sick. And watching the Browns lose repeatedly. You cannot put DTR in there. Do not put DTR in there. That'd be the dumbest decision, I think, by far, to make right now. You you look like the worst team in the NFL. Not only because your record, you guys just look like complete shit. There is no other way to explain it right now but complete shit. I have no words but pathetic. How do you go from one of the top 5 defenses in the league to nothing, to dead last? I don't care about PFF scores right now. Some of the defense may have good PFF scores, but it shows in the game. And then you got Amari Cooper out here making one-handed catches, but couldn't catch nothing here. Thank you. Thank you for nothing. It's all about money, but you can't produce a win. Can't catch a ball. Our wide receivers did show up today. Offensively, besides, again, which is another problem, is the offensive line. The offensive line is trash. I think before we even go after a quarterback, we should fix our offensive line because you have to have somebody to protect that guy in the backfield, don't you? Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? You got Deshaun Watson at scrambles because he's got people coming at him. You had Joe Flacco that everybody loves last year, was staying in the pocket, trying to get a pass off, but that was a miracle. Somehow it happened. Deshaun Watson is not the guy. We put up a poll today on our Twitter. Let's see where we're at with this. So our poll on Twitter today, excuse me, I asked Winston with 334 yards before the half, which is something Deshaun Watson can't do at all. Not a single game can throw over 200 yards, but we have a guy that threw for 334. I'm sorry. 230 at the half. All I asked was, who'd you guys choose? 89% of you, out of 37 votes as of right now, 89% of you said Jameis Winston over Deshaun Watson's 11%. What is the problem? Is it the front office that's disrupting this entire team? Is it the offensive line? Is it, excuse me, I don't know what it is. Every press conference is the same. Repeat, over and over. You can play the same shit week in and week out. It's going to be the same single comment every time. They give us nothing. I don't even look forward to watching a loss every week anymore. I mean, I do look forward to that because I know that's what's going to happen at the end of the week. But why can't you change that? Why? I have no idea. It's just simply pathetic. It is beyond anything that I could fathom to think about right now. It's so bad. I just can't comprehend it. Does that make sense? It's so horrible. It's so trash. It's so disrespectful to this fan base that comes up to games week in and week out, and you guys play shit football every single week. It could be the easiest team, obviously. You beat the Jaguars. Ooh, wow. Everybody beat the Jaguars. The Saints, with an interim coach, you lose. Oh, it's because he's unpredictable? No, we just suck. That is, in layman's terms, the best way to put it. Get your head out of your asses. Play football. Stop being a bitch. Play football. That's all we ask for in Cleveland. Make it a decent game. Don't get shit on every week. Why is it so hard? I'm 39 years old and I can go out there and play better football. I'll probably break something like half of our other team, half the rest of the team, but you know what? At least I went out there and tried. Just try. But no, at this point, tank. Go for that pick. Go out there, play football, a little bit of good football that you guys normally do, and just lose. That's what we have to do. And don't bring in a quarterback in here to die, because I'm sick of that. I'm not impressed with anybody. Fix what needs fixed. As I have no other way to put that either. Is Kevin Stefanski the problem? Is Greg Schwartz the problem? What is it? Somebody, please say something. What is the problem with this team? I see offensive line getting smashed every play. DeJuan Jones going down today sucked. We put him at left tackle, and he went down. And it looks like he's done. He got carted off the field. I'm sitting here watching all these other football games. Pittsburgh with two quarterbacks that weren't even there last year, making plays happen. Why can't we? Last year was a fluke, complete fluke. We just got lucky. I'm not going to go for a fire everybody and full reset. Obviously, I mean, I would say give Kevin Stefanski one more year. Give Andrew Berry one more year. Let's see what he can do now with a first-round draft pick. If he blows that first-round draft pick, then you're done, man. You are done. If you bring guys here, I know everybody doesn't play their first year either. I get that. But you need help. This team needs more than help. But where? Where do we need the help? I say the offensive line first. Quarterback issues are a thing. I think the wide receivers are actually starting to come out and show up, which is great. But what else? Defensively, PFF scores show that, you know, the top players are doing pretty damn well. But sometimes I don't believe in numbers all the time. They're just numbers. You watch the game and you could sit there and tell, like, this is not right. It can't be right. I don't know. I really don't. It's aggravating to sit here and watch this team weekly just lose. And if I see another player celebrate, that's what pisses me off the most. You're celebrating. You're losing every single game, and you're going to go out there and celebrate a one big tackle. No, man. No, how about you build your team's morale and get your ass back in the line ready for the next play instead of celebrating? That's what you need to do. There's no reason. I'm sitting there watching Kansas City and Buffalo right now, and looks like Kansas City might get their first loss. Thank God. But I'm not even worried about this game. I am more worried about the team that we all claim to love, the fans that stick by them year in, every single year. We have this Cleveland fandom hope that just sticks, and there's nothing that we can do about it because we're real fans. Well, some of us. The guys that sit there and say, oh, I'm not going to watch this team because we're losing, get your head out of your ass. Watch. It's the team that we love. We're always going to love them. I'm not going to switch teams overnight, right? I hope not. I'm vested into this. I signed up for this. I'm here forever. Always have been before the show happened. But I want you guys to win. Clearly, that's hard to do in Cleveland. So anybody have anything that we could do to pull off a win? Where's the biggest problem with this team right now? That's what I would love to know. Nobody's got an answer. All three sides of the ball suck. Yes, Winston had a ton of yards today, 366, I believe. Throwing with zero picks. That's amazing. That's great. But the scoreboard showed otherwise. At the end of the day, an L is an L. You have to win these games. Give Cleveland some faith, man. Bless you. Thank you. What really could happen for this team to win a game? And it looked good. Not sloppy play all over and over and over again. We're trying to run the ball with Nick Chubb at like, what was it, 3rd and 7. And there's limited time left on the clock. Why are you not passing it? You're in a 2-minute drill. Pass the ball. People are like, oh, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't want him to get hurt. Anybody to get hurt. Like, no. At this point, that doesn't even matter. Get out there and play football. Try to pull off a win. Get over yourselves, man. Yeah, our roster is normally injured. So go for a win if you can. Is this Stefanski? I know he gave up the play calling. Ken Dorsey's up in the booth. I can't say that I'm pissed off at play calling. What's up, Gregor? Thanks for joining us, buddy. I cannot say that I'm horribly mad at play calling. Defensively, excuse me, maybe. Offensively, here and there, yes. I don't want to have a show on Tuesday, our normal show on Tuesday. I normally don't do this on Sunday. I've been sick, but I needed an event tonight, and here I am. The guys are at home doing their thing. I'm here by myself. I needed to get this off my chest. It's sad watching this team. It is. The only word I have is pathetic. Every other word I have for this team, I would have to censor out somehow, and I'm not doing that. Me and Chad actually had a few texts earlier, and my mind's not going to change at all. Chad, if you're watching, at all. This team sucks to watch. Just when you thought you had hope, just when you thought there was something there to pull off a win today, we couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I have, Tracy says, what team do you think is going to show up Thursday? Well, here's my outlook on this. So Browns in Cleveland fashion will win games they're not supposed to on some weird whim. Yes, I would love to beat at least one of the games with Pittsburgh and one of the games with Cincinnati. But I don't think this team could do it. I think it is the inevitable for us to just go out there and lose a game. Is this team in tank mode and we don't know it? I say there's nothing else to play for but a pick. Get the picks. You're 8-2. How could it get any worse than that? The lack of effort is embarrassing. I have never been so disappointed in this team with the roster that we have, hurt or not. We can't blame it. I mean, you could partially blame it on injuries. Injuries have set us back, but we have other guys that are honestly ready to step up and play. May not be the greatest, but it's something. And yeah, Tracy says, I feel like they've given up. And could that be the case? We're not going to know because in every press conference, we don't hear shit. We hear the same thing every week. Kevin Stefanski up there mumbling. You got Andrew Berry that is hiding something clearly. In my opinion, I mean, you guys are going to have to wait till Tuesday to get everybody else's opinion, but as of right now, Tank, it's done. Get a pick. That is all I have to say. It's done. You had to win this game today for me to think otherwise. And whether or not our playoff chances are completely blown out of the water, today was a must-win game. Am I wrong? I don't know what. I honestly don't know what we could do. I do like the fact that Jameis Winston stays in the pocket. That goes to show that playing behind center could possibly be what we need instead of shotgun because your line is not good. And like right now, I just watched Mahomes get sacked for probably the third time. Your line implodes, your quarterback implodes. Your quarterback implodes, your wide receivers implode. I don't know how that's so hard to grasp. Why cannot our offensive line block? It's the vicious cycle of football. That is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You block, the guy gets a pass off, and bam. I know it's a lot easier said than done because I can't go out there and be a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns right now. But I have no idea, man. It's just such a bummer. And I get to go to work miserable tomorrow because of this. I had a few drinks. I couldn't even catch a buzz. It was just that depressing. Gregor says, ironically, that's the excuse me, that's the only place the offense looks good is when they're under center. And it is. You play action, that works. Play action works. I've said this for numerous weeks. You can't have a quarterback lined up in the backfield with no running back because obviously they know you're passing, correct? That's a known fact. You have no running back, you're in shotgun, you're going to pass the ball. Unless you say we have elite Deshaun Watson that's going to scramble out of the pocket and look like a freaking idiot every single time and take a sack for a loss. It does not work. People are asking about Nick Chubb. Obviously, that's the second time this has happened for his injury, and it doesn't look good coming back off that injury right away, and it's not going to. But I think with him actually getting some actual play, I think he will come around and he'll be Nick Chubb again. He had a couple good runs today that impressed me. I was not mad. I've never been mad at Nick Chubb. I don't think any Cleveland fan has. We all know what he's coming off of, so you got to give the guy some faith. That's about the only guy on his team I'll give that to. Gregor says, either way, always a great show from you, full of insight. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. And this is just a venting show today. I lost my voice from screaming and being sick at the same time. Well, getting over being sick, but I'm just mad. I had to do this tonight, and I asked the guys if they wanted to join, but they're at home doing things or they're not home. So I couldn't wait. I wanted to talk, and I'm glad you guys are here to talk with me. I am more than upset every single week. And you know, like, I remember last year when you'd wake up on a Monday morning after a win and you just felt good. But now the weather's getting crappy. The Cleveland Browns are still losing. Mondays are worse for us Cleveland fans. Yeah, we have the Cavs. We have the Guardians. But our love is for the Cleveland Browns. And we anticipated this season being a lot better with a majority of people coming back healthy. A lot of things with the line again, man. DeJuan Jones going down today was insane. I liked his play at left tackle a lot better than right tackle. He seemed a lot better. Oh, man, the Kansas City Chiefs just picked off the ball. And, all right, not a pick six. It's a good thing, I guess. We sincerely love this team. We sincerely, on paper, should be doing a lot better. And Chad's going to yell at me for this, but, the PFF scores say otherwise. Well, our roster and the numbers, those numbers say otherwise as well. I've gotten no word on DeJuan Jones yet. I know he did get carted off the field. Looked like, I think it was Conklin that rolled over on his ankle. I'm not entirely sure. I'll get back to you, Greg, about that. I'm sure we'll talk about that on Tuesday. But when you had an offensive upside to today, you think that would turn on the defense and say, hey, man, let's get these guys back on the field. We had our second pick, or just two. You got people like Juan Thornhill, Denzel Ward out there that should be getting, there should be way more picks this year. Just our second. Gregory, I agree. He said you could definitely tell that we're missing JOK. Feels like our run defense severely struggled without him. And that's going to happen considering he's one of our best defensive players. And I get that. That was hard to watch. I was actually at that game when he went down. And that is a hard blow to this team, this defense especially. But you have to overcome obstacles. And that's one thing we have not done at all this year. Not one. You have Jameis Winston today that threw for 366 yards. I can almost guarantee you right now, Jameis Winston in the, 4 or 5 games that he's played has maybe thrown for more yards than Deshaun Watson has all year. It's pretty damn close, if not right there. And then people are, obviously, next year, Deshaun Watson's coming back, correct? If this injury heals up correctly and everything, he's coming back. But what do you think the Browns are going to do? Are they going to play him because of the money? Or are they going to sit him on the bench where he belongs and play who? I don't know. RA says something is wrong in their soul. I think they're tuning Stefanski out. I don't know what it is. I sit here and watch it week in and week out again. I'm so sick of saying that week in and week out because all we do is lose and make poor decisions. He's on the IR right now, Gregory. JOK is on the IR, so I believe that's 4 weeks automatically. So we may see him not in the Steelers game, but after that. No, you know what? We had the bye week. So we may see him this week, if not next week for sure. But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do now? Now we have a AFC North divisional rivalry game coming up on Thursday. A short week for us. Against the Steelers. I don't know. I would love to see them pull off a win. I don't think it's going to happen. But you never know. It's the Cleveland Browns. Like I said earlier, we win games we're not supposed to, and we lose games we should win. And that's been that way for decades since we've been back. 2 decades. I don't know. I sit here and watch all these other football games, like Detroit put 52 up. Excuse me, every other week. Put 50 up on Tennessee Titans, and they put 50 up on the Jaguars today. And I know they're bad teams, but how does Jared Goff win a game with throwing 5 interceptions? Oh, that's right, defense. They come out, they have halftime adjustments, unlike the Cleveland Browns. That's right. 5 picks and you still win a game. How the hell does that happen? Gregory H. says, what's your expected timeline for Watson coming back? We can't avoid him unless you're playing him to be a water boy or stay at home. Thoughts? So Chad, the doctor of the show, says that his injury is a complete year recovery. It happened early enough to, I think, where he'll be back for week 1. I think he'll be sustainable, I guess, at that point. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. You go from shoulder problems to leg problems and somehow expect to come back and be what you were in Texas. It's not going to happen. You took a year off in Texas. Then you came here, you got your 11-game suspension. So that's 2.5 years without football, actual play. And then you get hurt after, 6 games in? And then again, 6 games in. Is it the Cleveland curse? I mean, could this dome literally, if we move to Brook Park, could this dome be what Cleveland needs to get rid of the Cleveland curse? Because I am so sick of losing. I have a headache because what we do as Cleveland fans is drink. But when you drink and you don't get a buzz and you lose, you feel it in your head. All this stuff just coagulates in there and pisses you off as a Browns fan. Oh, man, how did the Chiefs do that? Oh, that's right, an elite team. We have an elite team on paper, everybody, just so everybody's aware. Our team has a probability to win every single week. It's got to be coaching, right? That's what you normally put the blame on. I mean, look at the Saints. 3 weeks ago, they fired the coach. Boom. Here we are with an interim coach, just like when we had Greg Williams and we started winning, and then we fired Greg Williams. We were winning. Greg Williams, where are you at, man? That guy was like Bill Cowher-esque. That guy was pissed off on the sideline, screaming at these dudes, and then you got Kevin Stefanski sitting there like, well, you know what? This is an Aflac paper, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sick of it, man. That guy's got one more year if he's lucky. I think Stefanski's got one more year if he is lucky. Greg Schwartz, what do you guys think about him? That's what I would love to know because I see a lot of prevent offense being played. I see wide open receivers. I see blown calls. That one 2 weeks ago with Ward and Thornhill. What a blown call that left two wide open touchdown passes. You saw it today. The Saints did exactly what we did to get our touchdown today. You know what? It is week, 11? Excuse me. And it's week 11. We finally got a play over 40 yards today. Finally. Our first play took till week 11 to get a 40-yard plus play today. And that was Jerry Jeudy's 89-yard touchdown pass from Winston. Only took 11 weeks, right? Are we getting together now? Are we starting to pull something together? Who knows? I don't know what to expect with this team every week now. I really don't. I thought we were going to win this game. I genuinely thought that today was going to be a win. At the half, maybe, you know what, halfway through the third quarter, I thought today was possibly going to be a win. And nope, we got shit on once again. Because you want to know why? No adjustment. Where was the adjustment? Did anybody see any adjustments at all? We got worse. Worse. Gregor says, if we get a boat race by Pittsburgh on Thursday, I don't know if Kevin survives that. It's too late in the season to fire a coach. It is. I'm gonna go full-fledged with Kevin Stefanski for this year. It all depends on if they're in full tank mode or we just don't know it. Like, you guys go out there and play some football, have a little bit of fun, which us fans are not having fun, clearly. But do you guys think they're in tank mode and we just don't know it? Oh, yeah, definitely, Gregory. If Kevin gets fired, Vrabel stepping in, or Dorsey, unless they tap Schwartz. If Stefanski gets fired, it will be Vrabel. The only question is Vrabel wanting to be here after this year? Because I'm sure everybody was hyped up at the beginning of the year when Vrabel came here. I was. Tennessee Titans are my second favorite team. I was hyped about it. I'm like, man, this guy is going to come in here and change shit. No. Do you give him a bigger role now than what he is? D. Bethesda. What's up with that guy? I mean, we don't know what he is. An analyst. An analyst for what? A losing team. Something's got to change. It's not going to happen this year, clearly. Next year, something has to change. We come into every single year with high hopes as Cleveland fans, just to get our dreams shattered every single week. And I want you guys to all be here Tuesday because I'm going to say the same exact thing because Chad doesn't think I'm going to. That's another reason I went live tonight, just to let Chad know that it is documented tonight that I don't care anymore. Go into full tank and get a good pick. I don't think we should pick up a quarterback. I really don't. I genuinely do not think we should pick up a quarterback. Because what are you going to do? Just like DTR. You gonna let him sit in the sideline for a year or 2 or 3? Wait for him to develop on the sideline? I don't want to see DTR play. We saw DTR play. We have seen it numerous times. We see it during the preseason when you're playing against 4th and 5th stringers. It's not what this team needs. Gregor says, D. Podesta is the man behind the curtain. I hate this role. Can anyone even tell me what he actually does? And I wish I could, Greg. I really do. But nobody knows. He is the man, the myth, and not the legend. I know that. But that's it, man. I feel pretty decent now that I actually was able to vent for a minute here. And I want, DTR is a wet paper bag. If he gets hit, it's a wrap. He's a small guy. He should be like a wide receiver or a return man, maybe. The guy could run. I'll give him that. If needed, he can get out of the pocket. And then Chad just texted that said, and I guess back comes Jed Wills. Let's make a decision, a business decision, and get rid of that piece of crap already, please. I've never liked the guy. I'm sure everybody that normally watches this show knows I've never liked Jed Wills. It's your time, buddy. You're gone. You haven't developed into what we all thought you were going to be, and it's going to be tough for Andrew Beard to let that go because that's his pick. That's his. It's his pick. Yeah, Jeff. Back to the drawing board. We go. So I think we're at that time where it's safe to say that we could literally just blow the rest of the season. I mean, go out there and try it. Maybe win if you can pull it off. But you can't. But hey, you Cleveland Browns want to prove us wrong, then do that. Until then, Cleveland Browns, just so you guys know, this fan base loves the hell out of you, and that's never going to change. For the real fans, the fans that will always be here through thick and thin. And right now, we're pretty damn thin. It is time to get your head out of your asses and play some football. There is no other way to put that. Make these fans happy for a week. You've won 2 games, and both games you won, you set the city up for complete and utter love for you guys again. We all were enjoying that. That was 2 wins. This year is worse than 0-16 to me. By far. It's pathetic. It is. That's the only word I could think of to really put this together correctly in my head. It's pathetic. Greg says, I was worried that Jed would see the field today when Jones got hurt, I would never take him on another snap over the Browns. Excuse me. I agree. I hate Jed Wills. I can't stand him. Guru says the O-line is getting old and the young players aren't doing anything to generate hope for excitement. And I agree. It is time to cut some ties with the offensive line. Yeah, you got some Pro Bowlers on there, but you got Pro Bowlers that are getting hurt continuously. You have guys that are getting older, and it's not going to get any better. In my opinion. This is my opinion. Join us Tuesday to get Angels and Chad's opinion. But as of right now, this is me venting. This is Mike's show today. And I am here to talk about it. Yes, Jones looked really good on the left side for sure. Everybody was impressed with this transition. It's just in Browns fashion again. Injuries kill us. So thank you guys for joining me today. I do feel good that I got this off my chest because I couldn't wait till Tuesday. But everybody will be here Tuesday, and we're going to get their thoughts. At least field goals aren't a problem anymore. Yeah, I didn't even talk about that. Well, the real D-Hop, please stand up, because that was not him today. I couldn't believe it. Lace is out. Dan, I just don't know. Like, Dustin, what was going on today, man? I would love an explanation for that. Yeah. The offensive side of the ball looked decent today. Honestly, it looked decent. And that's a far fetch because we haven't been decent. A lot of field goal kickers actually missed some field goal, like Tyler Bass, his first extra point today, he missed. Who else missed? The dude from Baltimore missed 2 field goals, and they lost to Pittsburgh. So now Pittsburgh's first in the AFC North, like by a pretty good margin. Guru, I wish I could answer that question. He says, how has Hopkins regressed so hard? No, it's not what the Chargers traded him for. There was something. He's been good for the most part, but is something on this team killing him as well? I wish I had an answer for everybody. I really don't. I could sit here all day and talk about it, but at the end of the day, we're not going to come to a happy medium because we could put blame on all sides of the ball, coaching, and the front office. Make wise decisions. I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to be a couch coach. I'm not going to try to be a fake GM and say that, yeah, Tucker did miss twice, Greg. I'm not saying I'm an elite guy. I just come out here and talk about the Browns. We talk about what we see every single week. And we hope it helps you guys as well, but I just don't know anymore. Do I cancel the show and become a Lions fan? I don't know anymore. It's so bad. Yeah, Jeff, it's a stadium curse. Things will be better when they're in Brook Park. And like I said earlier, is that a thing? Like, could that be a thing where Cleveland moves to Brook Park, which was once actually Cleveland property, and Cleveland annexed it to Brooklyn, and now it's Brook Parks, and everybody's bitching about it. I don't know why. You could literally throw a rock into Cleveland from where that stadium is going to be at, right? Huh. But again, it's just something else for Cleveland fans to bitch about. I'm going to be excited for the Dome. I'm getting older. I don't want to be sitting outside in the cold elements anymore. Whereas Angel says you take a sip of your beer and it sticks to your lip. Obviously, we watched the Browns play in a dome today and it didn't work out in our favor. But I think not only is that, it's closer for me. And I'm so sick of dealing with downtown traffic because I've been to 3 games this year. And my wife, if she has to drive me to another game downtown, she might off me. I don't know. Guru says if they couldn't handle a down Saints team, then the rest of the remaining schedule is going to be rough. Oh, absolutely. But like I said earlier, the Cleveland Browns will figure out a way to pull off 2 big wins, hopefully AFC North games. I would love to see them beat Bengals and the Steelers once. Greg, you're not really missing much. I mean, it's cool to go. I would say don't get end zone seats. I went to the home opener at Dallas game, and I was not impressed with right behind the end zone. Not in the dog pound. I was on the opposite side. I sat in the dog pound a couple times. It's all right. The last time I went was for the Ravens game, and we had club seats, and club seats are the way to go. It makes you feel like you're in a whole different stadium when you're in club seats because you got like better restaurants, you got better beer, you got like not personal bathrooms, but the bathrooms are a lot nicer than they are on the original floors. Excuse me. But eventually, I think this fan base is going to fall apart. It's slowly but surely starting to dwindle now, and that's what sucks. And I don't want that to happen. One, I want you guys to come here weekly and watch us. That's awesome, and I love talking to you guys, and so do the other guys. But some of the fan base is legit falling apart. I mean, there's people today that commented on some of our stuff and said, "I'm not wasting 3 hours of my day by watching horribleness." And I could have went outside and mowed my grass today, but I didn't. I watched the team that I love, and I'm watching other teams right now. I love football, but I love my Browns more than anything, and that's never going to fade away. So don't let the losses literally beat you guys down completely. Still love the team. Greg says, bet I'll aim at the club seats then. Thank you. Yes. There's an app actually called, since everybody's backing out of loving the Cleveland Browns, there's an app, Greg, that's called Game Time. And as the game gets closer and closer, the tickets get cheaper and cheaper. So you might be able to find some decent seats. Gru says the diehard fans aren't going anywhere, but in general, a lot of people are checking out and becoming divisive. I'm sorry. Wanting to fire everyone like it's 2013, etc. Yeah, we talked about it on last Tuesday's show. I do not want a full rebuild. Retooling, building certain parts that need help on this league, on this team is what we need. I'm not going for a full rebuild. We all agreed on that Tuesday, but something has to change. Greg says, you listen to the game while he rewired his foyer. I sat here at the computer and watched the game and had a couple Crown Royals and ginger ales and nothing. So yeah, I'm going to go eat dinner, and I want to thank all of you for joining us. We might have an announcement on Tuesday for you guys as well. And don't forget to check out our sponsors. If you guys need any insurance at all, located at 8020 Columbia Road in Olmsted Falls, you could check out the Doug White Allstate Insurance Agency. He will take care of all of your insurance needs from homes, boats, four-wheelers, whatever. And then Chris from CB Excavating. It's getting that time of year where you might need some stuff done. He does it all. Sewers, everything. Inspections, literally everything. Give him a call. Yeah, the beer did definitely not take off the edge today, Greg, at all. But yeah, until then, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully we'll have that big announcement for you Tuesday. There's some stuff happening, and I think you guys will like it. It'll be cool. And Tuesday we'll be here with Angel and Chad. And I would love to see, besides text, what they're going to talk about on Tuesday's show. But everybody that's here, make sure you go on our YouTube, like and subscribe this video, please. YouTube is where we're trying to really hit hard right now. YouTube, that's it. YouTube. I like all of our other socials as well, but Until then, it is Tuesdays, ladies and gentlemen. Join us here for Therapy Tuesday. And yes, Jeff, go Bills. I'm watching the game right now. Thank you, Gru. You have a good night as well. Greg, you go ahead and enjoy your night as well. You guys stay blessed and have a great rest of your Sunday evening. I'm going to go eat some macaroni and cheese and hot dogs because I'm that guy. But yes.